Hello everyone, this is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and to share this video. Those are the things I always say. I also say check out the notes section below for important information that'll contain some good links. This is the last day of 2016. It has been an exciting year for Bitcoin, an exciting year in my life. I've traveled a lot. I think this day is overblown because it's an artificial way of measuring time. It's just the way we space things out in the Western world. Different religions, different places do it different ways. But anyway, it is New Year's Eve. I will be going out pretty soon, but I'll get to that below. I do want to use this occasion to kind of thank everyone who has supported this channel. I really do appreciate it. People have sent Bitcoin, people have sent altcoins, people have spread the word, people have given me advice, people leave comments. Any little thing is really nice, really kind of you. And it just shows this era that we live in of we can establish friendships over the internet without ever meeting someone in person. And that was something I didn't used to exactly believe or maybe totally understand. I've always had many friends I've in person. I've done some crazy things in Baltimore over the years that have garnered me attention and friendships, and people just trying to contact me over the internet for various reasons. I actually ran for political office at one point, which was just a learning experience. It was before I believed in what I do now. But that kind of made people think I'm a Baltimore political guru, and I've tried to move away from that. But so I know a lot of people, and I have friends from the time I was a kid. But this is a new era, and the people I've met through Bitcoin, whether at conferences and online, it's a different mentality. I really enjoy kind of the thoughts that we can share with each other, the intelligent conversation. It's not based on fake things, and over time, and people probably don't want to really hear this, but your friends in real life that you went to high school with and middle school with, you can move away from them on so many different levels and see things from a different perspective. It doesn't mean they're not your friend anymore, but things can change in life. A lot of things change. You change your perspective in life. I used to be the typical college kid and say I'm going to vote Democrat no matter what. Then you start to think eventually, and not everyone starts to think in America. And I think that's the beauty of Bitcoin, because everyone who's now in Bitcoin thinks. They think. They found out about it somehow, and they have they think outside the box in some way, whether they're outside of mainstream finance or outside of mainstream politics. They're using their head. So I wanted to open up this night with that, I guess, little bit of a personal rant. And we're now here on this channel, 1,900 subscribers. I do want to say the family. You usually have a lot in common with your family, and you can convince them of different things. And if you have a good family, and I know not everyone has a great family, but if you do have a good family, and I'm very proud of my family. I'm very proud to say that I grew up in the suburbs of Baltimore, Maryland. My parents worked very hard to send me to a great private school and to provide a great suburban house. So many white kids are like ashamed of that now. And Jewish kids, Jewish white kids, whatever you want to say, they try to like pretend they're hard and they grew up in Baltimore City or whatever and try to make their lives rougher than it really was. No, my life wasn't rough at all. My life's been great. And I really thank my parents. And tonight was the last night of Hanukkah, and it's a lot of fun. And so thanks to my parents for putting me in this position that I'm in today. And I think if you are a poor person, I'm sorry. If you went through some harsh things as a kid, it sucks. It must suck. I don't know about those things. I lived in a typical middle-class suburb, and it was great. It was great. And I thank everyone who grew up in that so-called boring environment should really thank their parents and be happy. And you should buy Bitcoin because you're in an okay financial situation where you do have hopefully, if you've gone to college and gone to great, as I did go to a great high school, I went to a great college, and I should be in a position that I'm in right now. I mean, it makes total sense. And college is not a necessity. Okay. So specifically, there are a lot of personalities out there in this sphere of YouTube and Bitcoin that have been great, that you should appreciate. I appreciate Tai Zen. The people at Navcoin, the people at Vcash were very nice to me. Obviously Tone Vase, Andy Hoffman. I'm going to forget people. I'll just, this is kind of off the top of my head here. It's been great. Tawanda Kembo in Zimbabwe, what a great experience that was. It was great. He's the guy, the Zimbabwe Bitcoin Conference guy. All of his crew, all the people in Zimbabwe and Harare. I learned so much. Mozambique was a great experience. Stefan out there. Of course, I want to give shout outs to Lorian Gamarov. I think he is one of the biggest names in Bitcoin that you haven't heard about, because you're not in South Africa, you're not in Africa. He's my friend, and he is the biggest name in Africa in Bitcoin. I think this is going to be a big year for him coming up. So I just wanted to get names out there to get you all excited. Who else is Crypto's got a channel out there. Trevon James has a channel out there. There's all sorts of people with channels out there. People I don't even know, and it's just great. They're just doing, people are talking Bitcoin out there. Everyone should be very happy, be pleased with this year. So, just thanks to everyone that said good words about me on the internet and have sent people over there, because we're all helping each other out here. Vinny Lingham had a great tweet today, and I will share it below. It is, from a macro perspective, many would argue that after strong gains this year, Bitcoin is due for a correction. Hint, this is the correction. So that's exciting. I believe that too. I believe that this, we've been going through a correction since the Mt. Gox. And right now, these last few days, we're ending at about $9.50. We're down about $40. And this is because, who knows why? It's because not many people are... If you check online, hardly anyone's online now. I don't know if anyone's even going to watch this video. People are doing other things and worrying about Bitcoin now, which is unfortunate. They should be thinking about Bitcoin. I'm telling you guys, you should think about your finances at least once a day. There's nothing bad about that. So again, I'm reading my notes. Lorian Gamarov again, Tawanda Kembo, learn who they are out in Africa. The Bitcoin group had a great show. As I said before I even watched it, it was great. It was hilarious. Tone was hilarious. Everyone was hilarious on it. And they had a section. They were just giving year-end summary. And they had an enough already. And they said enough already of the word blockchain, which I agree. But I want to say enough already of all these scams, the people who keep trying to leave. I have to erase so many comments from spammers and scammers in the comment section every day. They've got some automated thing about, and they detect when I say the word cloud mining. They think I like cloud mining. So I'm tired of cloud mining scams. I'm tired of MMM scams, because they hurt the reputation of Bitcoin in the developing world, where these people have been hurt by these scams. And I've mentioned this in videos before, but I think this is going to be something reoccurring in 2017, because people do hesitate to get into Bitcoin because they associate it with scams for various reasons. So we all have to do a good job saying, hey, it's not associated with MMM. It's not associated with, don't mess with cloud mining. We got to remind the world about that. So that's something to take in the next year. Another easy thing we can tell people about Bitcoin that people don't fully understand. A lot of people think they see the price of Bitcoin as $950, and they're like, I can't afford it. Everyone out there, you have to explain to people here in America, they can go to Coinbase and buy 0.01 Bitcoin for $9.50. You don't have to buy one. You can buy a fraction. And that's true anywhere in the world. So people don't feel like they're locked out, because there are a lot of people who do not understand. I'm sure there are people in the mainstream media who are going to probably mess it up and say, oh, look how unaffordable it is. It's not a good buy because you have to pay $9.50 for it. No, you can get a fraction. So I know this seems very basic to all of us, but it isn't basic. You need to explain this to people in 2017. So again, I said tone. One funny thing he said was he did talk about, he tried not to talk about altcoins. He talked about his experience with Bitcoin and how, despite that he was late to the party, and he wasn't late to the party, but he didn't come in until 2013. He was not a super early adopter. That's what I should say. And neither was I. He didn't want to start over again. He wanted to get into Bitcoin. So there are a lot of people who get into altcoins who think they're going to have the next Bitcoin. And it's because they feel like, oh, I missed out on Bitcoin. You didn't miss out on Bitcoin. Sure, you're not going to be Roger Ver in terms of the amount of Bitcoin you get. But if you stick with Bitcoin now, it is still super duper early. And people were just saying on my channel in the comments section how one day we're going to be talking about how much it costs to buy a bit, how much it costs to buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. Not how much it costs to buy a Bitcoin, because no one's going to be able to afford to buy one Bitcoin. But right now, people can afford to buy one Bitcoin. So think of it that way. If you get in now, I think you'll be happy. I mean, I'm happy. I'm really happy with all this. And I'm glad you come to my channel. I'm glad you like the positive vibes. And maybe you don't like the positive vibes. I don't know. But I try to bring positive vibes. I try to encourage people. I try to look at the bright side. But I'm logical. I mean, I bring up negative things. But right now, I see a lot of great things going on in the Bitcoin community all over this world. And all of you know that you're going to get a unique perspective from me because I have been all over this world, and I'll be all over this world again in 2017. And you've seen it from different perspectives. I've seen bank lines in Zimbabwe. I mean, I was in a bank line in Zimbabwe. I've seen closed banks in Mozambique. So we should all be happy. Those of us who live in the United States, we're very lucky. We live in a great, a fluid financial system where we can get money very easily, while other people are already slaves, very much so slaves to the banking system in their countries, which are controlled by not so great governments. So finally, I'm going out in Baltimore tonight. I've done this for years and years and years and years. It gets more annoying every year. I don't drink anymore or anything like that. There are a few people I have to see. I want to visit a friend of mine. Last year I was in New Zealand, actually. But I don't know. I don't know how much longer I can really do this anymore. It's mind-numbing, the conversations you have to have with people and stuff. But we're on to a new year, and I'm very happy to know all of you in a internet type of way. And I wish we could all hang out in person. Maybe we will. Some more of us will. Lorian and I obviously have. The crew in Zimbabwe has. The crew in Mozambique. We have some other guys in South Africa. So I'll be thinking of everybody tonight. And, have fun, whatever you do. Be safe, whatever you do tonight. For some of you, it's already New Year's, I guess, in South Africa. Be close with your family. Use your heads. Always use your minds coming up this year. Don't get caught up in any cults or anything. But this is not a cult. I want to say it's a free thinking new way of money, and it's so exciting. And this is going to end up a pretty long video, a personal video. I hope you appreciate it. We'll get back to other things tomorrow. Of course, there will be a new video tomorrow. I won't be hungover or anything. I'm really looking forward just to running in the morning. I'm happy to be alive in 2017, which will be in a few hours. I think that's really awesome. But thank God you're alive. I mean, that's something to take into account here. So I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister. Happy New Year. Litecoin SegWit begins tomorrow. That's another way to think of it.